acquaintance be forgot. Well, enough of that. So, 2013. I did what many, least of all myself, thought was impossible. I graduated from drama school. I acted upon the stage, and my own parents forgot who I was. These are things that I am proud of. It is currently 5 hours and 53 minutes into the new year, and so far I'd say it's going fairly well. I waited until I was good and properly inebriated, so that the rest of you would not be spared the burdens of good taste and decent editing and subterfuge in what follows. The first thing that really strikes me about this year is I've seen a lot of people who are kind of either falling into one of two camps. They're either saying, oh my god, I can't wait for 2013 to end, it was an absolutely shit year, I cannot wait for 2014, it's going to be so much better if it does nothing. 2013 was a bad year. Or there are people who are saying, oh my god, 2013 was an absolutely brilliant year, I can only hope that 2014 builds on that, on what has gone before. And I tend to feel sentimental and optimistic, though my point of view is that the latter is a slightly more sensible position to take. I have encountered in my life very many people who have written off entire years of their lives, sometimes multiple years of their lives as bad, and this kind of strikes me as a bit weird, because while in a year, a whole year, a lot of bad things can happen, maybe even more bad things than good things happen in a year. That's conceivable. It seems rather, I don't know, far-fetched, unlikely, even facetious to suggest that an entire year from January the 1st to December the 31st is unremittingly bad or horrible, that I just think it's kind of churlish to write off an entire year as bad. Like in this year, there have been some things that have happened to me that are bad, there are some things that have happened to me that are good, but a wise man once said that, you've got in your life a number of good things and a number of bad things, and the good things don't necessarily make up for the bad things, but vice versa, the bad things don't necessarily negate the good things or make them less important. I have, I think, a number of changes coming for me in the new year. This is going to be the first full year that I've been out of drama school. This is going to be the first time I have ever tried to stand on my own 2 feet professionally. This is the first year that hopefully I will get some actual paying work as an actor in my chosen profession. And this is possibly the last year that I will be filming a New Year's video in this house, as it is entirely possible that I am going to be moving in with my friend John in the new year, and we will have a place of our own. And this opens up a number of different interesting choices I have to make. And I'm not going to lie to you, it scares the bejesus out of me in some respects. Moving out of my parents' house. This is easily going to be the easiest place I've ever lived, I ever will live, but there are certain things I feel I need to do, if only to prove to myself that I can. And it's an important part of my self-actualization as a person. Some people choose a different profession, some people choose a different name, some people choose a different location. I'm possibly moving house. I don't know yet what the future may hold, but that's a distinct possibility, and I wouldn't be lying to you if I didn't say I wasn't slightly apprehensive about it, but at the same time expectant. I feel like in some ways this might be the best thing for me, but in others I feel like it's a door that once passed through I cannot return through. So it's just a case of making the right decision and making it well. I almost made the New Year's resolution this year of going to the gym more often, but as this is such a cliche, I decided that much more rewarding and much more fulfilling for me would be to make the New Year's resolution to see more of my friends. And I really hope that you now watching this, if I do not manage to at least meet up with you once this year, then please call me on it. Because it is my sincere hope that in 2014 I will be able to make up for want of a better word, lost time that I had while I was at Signet. That was 3 years of my life where I was dedicating myself to my studies, where I was having to dedicate a large proportion of my life to what I was doing. And while I recognise that focusing on my career and actually getting a job that can support myself in the career that I've chosen and the field that within which I've chosen and studied, I think it's as equally important for my mental and emotional well-being to dedicate this year to seeing all of the friends that I perhaps didn't get an opportunity to see while I was at Signet. And to those of you who stuck with me through it, I am eternally grateful. You really do learn who your true friends are through an experience like that. Nevertheless, I feel it's important for me to visit more people and travel more in order to see the people who I care about, who are important to me, and who, let's face it, for all intents and purposes, make this YouTube channel, such as it may be, what it is. And so that is my New Year's resolution, if one were needed at all, is see more of my friends. Because they are more to me than they realise, and I need to do something about that. Cheers. I've got to edit this whilst drunk. Fuck, I don't envy him. Oh dear. Well, I suppose it could be worse. I'm at least lucid, and I hope moderately concise. If I could possibly share one piece of advice or thoughts for the new year, it would be this. First of all, you are largely responsible for your own actions and your own feelings, and that you should act accordingly, and that it's not irresponsible to have dreams and hopes and aspirations. I think that's entirely healthy, and I think it's very, very useful. Try not, if at all possible, to have expectations, because expectations, in my experience, generally lead to either disappointment, or, best case scenario, they are at least fulfilled. They are very, very, very rarely, if ever, exceeded. So I don't have any real New Year's resolutions other than to see my friends more, and I have hopes. That's all I have for the new year. I have hopes, and I think it's important to have hopes, to have hope in general. But I hope that I will be able to see more of my friends. I hope that I will be able to attend VidCon 2014. I don't know that that will happen, but I hope I will. I hope that I will be able to assert myself and make positive progress in my career as an actor. I hope that if it does come to it, moving out of my parents' house is not the most traumatic experience I have ever encountered before. I don't imagine it will be, but it's just, I've never done it before, so who knows. I hope that I will work with as many talented people as I have encountered in 2013. I hope that I will remain true to myself and my own goals and my own wishes. And I hope... There it is again. And I hope that I'm able to remain true to YouTube, because I hope that I'm able to remain true to the relationship that we have built over the last 4, 5, however many long years it has been, whether or not you've been with me from the start or you've discovered me in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I don't know. I hope that I am able to remain true to the relationship and the bond of trust that we have, because that's special. So, to round off, I wish all of you a very fond and happy New Year. Be well, prosper, succeed in whatever it is you wish. And I hope you shall join me for the Odyssey that is 2014. Cheers.